I'd like to say something nice and positive and approving of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government agenda right now, if you will so allow me. They've done one new endeavor that they've passed since the House of Commons has resumed. That is one that we should all support. They have actually raised the basic personal exemption amount on the income tax. It used to be about $13,000. Now it's going to be about $15,000, meaning all low-income people and middle-class people, they're going to get a bit of a benefit because that's another $2,000 that they are not paying tax on towards the low end. And people who are just scraping by, who are only making $15,000 a year, and there are some tax filers in that situation, they're getting off the tax rolls. Now, it is important for people to pay tax because then you feel you have a stake in your government and in how tax dollars are spent, and you feel some purchase in all of that. But I think for people who are really struggling and just scraping by, it's okay to take them off the tax rolls. So let's applaud that. That's a good measure. And I liken it to back in 2015 when Trudeau first got into power. One of the first things they did was they cut the tax rate, one of the middle class tax rates, from 22% to 20.5%. Great idea. Although there was a caveat. The Fraser Institute later found they crunched the numbers and realized that all the other tax increases the Liberals had done had negated the benefits of that, and it was actually a higher tax rate for those people at the end of the day. So I hope what's happened this time around isn't going to be the case. So though with concerns about the carbon tax rising, it very well could be. But the Liberals, I hope they're onto something here, focusing on the economy and affordability rather than some of these more social justice, trendy, climate alarmism stuff that Justin Trudeau is going on about. You remember back in the first term, all we heard about was feminism nonstop, and thought, what were the results? And it actually turned off women voters. They got really frustrated with Trudeau going on about feminism nonstop as if it was some sort of a party trick. So let's hope he stays on affordability, cost of living, and these sorts of issues. I'm not holding my breath, but who knows? Let's be optimistic, cautiously optimistic here in this minority term, because there's some really troubling numbers out there. First, we have that StatsCan number from 1 month, the other month, 71,000 jobs lost, when analysts had been expecting job growth. Now it's true, you look at these numbers over the long term. You want to take like a year over year, not a month over month because of different sectoral changes. But still, it's not good. Analysts said we're going to see an up. Instead, we saw a massive drop. That is a major problem. But here's the thing. Speaking about sectoral, dive down more specifically into particular provinces, and you see that Alberta has an unemployment rate for young men of 20%. That is enormous. That is huge. We have not seen numbers like that, specifically on a national level, in decades. I mean, that is a figure. You see it, you go, we have a workforce, we have a country that is in crisis. So if the Liberals think, okay, we're going to do things on affordability, cost of living, general economy, please focus on that, because economy still needs to be the top issue, regardless of whatever else is happening in the world. But hold on a second. In Alberta, you see this? This is a major problem. This is a 5-alarm fire. So when we talk about getting Trans Mountain built, or the new Frontier project that Jason Kenney is calling on Justin Trudeau to approve right when it hits his desk in February, these are things that must be done. These are really existential issues for the lifeblood of much of our country, for our economy here. 20% unemployment rate for young men in Alberta. So I think it's time the Liberals stop saying, oh yeah, we care about Alberta, but we still must transition to a low carbon economy. They always have that but there when they say they care about Alberta. Stop with the caveats. Get off the agenda of phasing out the oil sands, which basically means phasing out jobs in Alberta, and really get serious. Look at these numbers and realize that these are human beings. These are people's lives. And you just certainly can't see these numbers stay up, and you need an action plan to bring them down.